In today's video, I want to help you improve your feedback score in the future by you making a few better decisions in your Amazon FBA business. I want to tell you a quick story first. I went out thrifting and doing some retail arbitrage with my wife a couple years ago, and we were sourcing in the morning. It was lunchtime, so we were like, hey, let's go get some Mexican food. So we went to a Mexican food restaurant that we like to go to, and right before it was time for us to order, I got a text on my phone stating that I had just gotten a 2 feedback score. That's a negative feedback score. I asked my wife, I said, do you mind if I take care of this? Because I want her to know she's more important than my feedback rating or in my Amazon business. She said it was okay. So I went in, did a few things, and by the time lunch was over, that 2 feedback score was removed and my feedback score went back to a really good number. So I'll tell you about how that happened in just a second. So when it comes to your Amazon feedback score, having a higher percentage is the best. I mean, the higher percentage possible is better, so you can get the buy box more often. The buy box being that little box in the corner of an Amazon product page where you click buy here, buy now. And so you want your items there. Amazon's algorithm, we don't know what it is, but part of that algorithm is the better the feedback score, the more opportunities you have to win the buy box. That's going to lead you to more sales. So you want to have that. And a better percentage will give you that buy box. And even though, sales on Amazon, they come slowly, and it's really hard sometimes to recover from negative feedback. I want to help you just try to eliminate that negative feedback altogether. So a couple of things that you can do to eliminate the future negative feedback by making better decisions now. Let's talk about what those are. Number one, when it comes to choosing a condition of a product, round down, don't round up. If you find an item, maybe you find a book and you're like, is this like new or is this very good? I don't know what I should go with. If you are questioning it, round down. Don't round up, because you don't want a customer to be like, this isn't like new. This is, a lower grade. And so always round down. That will help you avoid some negative feedback. It's on books, on collectible toys, on any item that you can sell as used or collectible. Always round down. Don't round up. Second thing you should do, package your stuff properly. There are certain things that need to be polybagged. There are certain things that need to be bubble wrapped. Don't do a weak job. Do it as if you're sending this to a loved one who you care about deeply. And so you want to make sure that the item is protected really well. The Amazon's rules say it needs to survive a 3-foot drop. You want to be able to survive an even bigger drop. So package your stuff properly. If a customer gets a broken glass, or they get an item that's broken or an item that's smushed, and it's because of your packaging or protection, then that's something you need to own. Number 3, think twice about selling an item as an acceptable condition. Now, you can sell books in acceptable condition. You can sell other items in acceptable condition, but I wouldn't do that. Again, there's no way to round down from acceptable condition. So I really think if you think something's unacceptable, because what's acceptable to you might not be acceptable to someone else. So don't sell acceptable condition items on Amazon. Another thing that you could do to lower the negative feedback is to act fast on your negative feedback. So when it comes to getting negative feedback, sometimes it's not your fault. It's FBA's fault. Maybe they, packaged an item and didn't put in enough air pillows. And so, the item gets broken during transit. That's Amazon's fault. And so you can, open up a ticket with Amazon. Hey, this person gave you FBA feedback for a seller. This needs to be removed. That feedback can be removed if it breaks Amazon's feedback guidelines. So just act fast on those negative feedbacks. And again, feedback scores are ranked from 1 to 5. 4 and 5 are awesome. Keep all of those. Even if a 4, even if a 4 annoys you because it's not a perfect 5, keep that 4. 3 is neutral, but even if it's neutral, it still negatively impacts your feedback score. 1 and 2 are negative. You want to get rid of all those. So 1 and 2 and 3, try to get rid of those as best you can, and act quickly. Tip number 5 on how to get better feedback score percentage. When you get a legit negative feedback that is your fault, own it. Reach out to the customer, apologize. You want to act quickly. You want to act apologetically. You want to act generously. You want to be like, I am so sorry that this happened. This was my fault. we're a small business and we really want to try to do our best to fix this. And I want to make sure I can do whatever it takes to earn your trust for a future transaction. So what can I do to fix this? Would you like a full refund and you can keep the item? I mean, I go that far and say, if you want to just keep the item and I can give you a full refund, would that make you happy? Say you send a package of 4 drinking goblets, and one of those drinking goblets got broken. You say, hey, I can send you a replacement drinking goblet, or I can send you a whole replacement of 4, so you're going to end up having 7 after all is said and done. Do whatever you can to try to fix that situation. There's an Amazon policy. You can only send 1 post transaction email. So if you don't get a reply, don't send any more. But if they do reply and you are having those conversations, you can have as many emails back and forth as possible. But in the next email, you can say, I hope I've been able to earn your trust back. I also want to know if there's anything else that I can do to fix this situation. And if you have a moment, would you please consider updating your feedback score? We're a small business. We take pride on making things right, and I hope we've been able to do that. Would you please consider updating your feedback score? It's very important to us. Do not at all say, I gave you replacement stuff, I gave you a refund, so please update your email. No. The only thing in that final email to the customer is, we've done everything we can. Is there anything more I can do? Separate paragraph. Also, if you think we've been able to redeem this situation, would you consider updating your feedback score? And see what they say. I've had times where people just didn't reply at all after that. I just left it alone. I've had people be like, yes, how do I go and update my feedback score? And then you can tell them where to go to update their feedback score. So that's something that you need to think about doing when it comes to trying to lower the opportunities for you to have negative feedback and increase the chances of getting positive feedback, so that your feedback score can increase, can be really good, as high as possible, so you get more time in the buy box, more sales, more purchases, more profits. That's really important. But again, don't break any of the Amazon FBA communication guidelines, feedback guidelines. I want to give you a few links. If you go to fulltimefba.com/feedback guidelines, that will tell you Amazon's guidelines when it comes to communicating with customers and requesting feedback or feedback updates or anything like that. You can go to fulltimefba.com/feedback updates to get any of the latest information about how to be sure you follow Amazon's guidelines when it comes to feedback and customer communication. But the best tip I have for you is to outsource a lot of your feedback management. I use the tool Feedback Genius. I have Feedback Genius set up to send an email to my customer the day after they get it stating, hey there customer, your item arrived yesterday. I hope it's been good. If there's any negative experiences with this, if the item is broken or whatever, reply to me. I want to do what I can to fix this situation. And also, if you have time, can you go to this link and leave me an honest review, rate your customer experience. You don't say, give me a positive feedback score. You just say, rate my experience. You don't say, don't leave me feedback unless you have happy feedback. You can't say, leave me a 5-star feedback. You can't say any of that. You have to just be very neutral and bland, and that's what Amazon's communication guidelines are. You can't imply anything. You can't connect offering a gift card with updating feedback. You just have to be cool, man. Just don't be pushy. So use Feedback Genius so they will send you that message for you automatically when you want the customer to receive it, whether it's the day they get their item, the next day, a few days after. You can choose that. Feedback Genius also sends you a text and an email when a customer happens to send you a 1, 2, or 3, which are negative feedbacks. 1 and 2 are negative, 3 is neutral, but negatively impacts your Amazon business and your feedback score. So it lets you know if there's something negative, so you can fix that. And Feedback Genius can be used for review request as well for a product. So if you have a product you're trying to sell and you want to increase those reviews, you can ask. But again, there's rules and guidelines. fulltimefba.com/feedback guidelines. fulltimefba.com/feedback updates. So please check that out. All right, so back to my story about having lunch with my wife. I get a text stating I had a 2 feedback score. I asked my wife if it was okay if I took care of this right now. She said yes. So I looked into it. The text said that the feedback score told me, it said, the customer said, you get a 2 feedback. This item is not what I intended. I do not like it. And I was like, that's more of a product review than a seller review. So quickly I went to the feedback page, seeing my feedback score in Amazon Seller Central. I clicked a link that says request removal. The algorithm for Amazon's feedback removal system saw that it was breaking Amazon's feedback policies and guidelines and automatically removed that message shortly after. Removed that feedback shortly after. I took care of it. I checked back after lunch was over, and it was gone. I was able to use that system, and it worked for me, and it can work for you too. So hey, if you want to try out Feedback Genius for yourself, you can get a free trial to use it. If you go to fulltimefba.com/genius and sign up, you can get double the free trial through that link, and it will be really good. I highly recommend it. I've used it for years, and I trust it, and it works really well. It helps me increase my positive feedback, decrease the opportunities to get negative feedback, help my overall feedback score tremendously. Well, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, ring the little bell to subscribe, and make sure that you get notifications of upcoming videos. And go to fulltimefba.com and check us out on the blog. Have a great day, everybody. God bless. Bye.